Uh, Thank you for the wonderful talk. And I happen to be one of the, I think perhaps the only one, whom a lot of people touch in here. I come from Nagpur, RSS. I am from JNU. I am also highly active on Facebook. So the thing is that, pardon? Well, I am the one. Sab kuch ho. Anyway, so what I wanted to say is in here is there are a lot of issues that I think we have overlooked. That is the politics of all it. You know, Sanskrit, JNU has Sanskrit, but Sanskrit Center is said to be a ABP center, YFE center. That does not mean that. That's how our society is. I'm from Maharashtra. I'm living in JNU. I'm living in Delhi. I'm living in JNU. Every year, at least 100 people come to me saying, "Yeah, Raj Thakre kya kar raha hai? What is Raj Thakre doing?" I am from Maharashtra, but I am not supporting Raj Thakre. That's the mentality, and that is not prevalent only to Muslims. Okay, I agree that terrorism is the thing that is being selling worldwide. Agree, but the thing is that this is something that is true to every ethnicity, every caste, every country, every religion. You say, no one is exception. That's how we all are. That apart, I just made a few notes. I'll just go through them. You know, uh, One more thing that is true to human society is the thing that we don't have knowledge of does not exist. You know, that's the thing that we all go by, and that's the thing. I think that's the main reason why religions exist. I'm an atheist, but I cannot question them. I can question the logic of religion. They have full right to bash me up. They have full right to do all the things. The constitution gives them right to, if I say anything against religion, I am creating unrest. I'm creating some troubles in the society, even though they may be logical things, but those things are not accepted. That's how society is. Like you said, that majority is stupid. Yes, majority has always been stupid. That's why there are religions all over the world.
I think it's not just that society is like that. I mean, it's very easy to blame society. No, it's because the law protects public order, and public order has been defined by the Supreme Court in the 50s even. I don't even not even that late, as involving the protection of religious sentiment. So yeah, of course you can't say that. I mean, it's don't blame society. It was the elite that did it. It was our constitutional framers and the judges of the Supreme Court. So yeah, it was people, like Shoma. It wasn't, people angry on the streets.
But what I'm saying is this is not prevalent only in India. What I'm saying is this is human society in general all over the world.
No,
And that
that's
apart,
true. I mean, you can say that it is like human to get offended,
right.
but it's not human to say you can't say what you're saying because I'm getting offended. On the contrary, in families, if somebody says don't say that, you say why shouldn't I say it? You have to sit and listen. It's not human to say, okay, you can't say that to me. That emerges out of it's like, I've heard this already, now don't say it anymore. Like all relationships, can't say automatically that is not something you can't say. So why is it human? It's not human.
So, anyways, the main thing I think is the solution. The only thing that is solution for this is, you know, making people read and propagating or spreading knowledge, pure knowledge, unpropagated knowledge, which is just fact, and let people judge from themselves what they think is true and go by that. And also in that, making a way of thinking for them, rather than just saying that this is our belief and stopping at that. You have debates with people, and most of the debates stop at we have this belief, this is our belief, and you can't do anything about that. But that's where you have to go and do something about. Spread knowledge, pure, unabashed, even if it's wrong about you, spread true, pure knowledge. I think that's the only solution for all the problems.